This $1 bill looks normal, but it sold for $7,200. In this video, we are going to be going over some very rare $1 bills that you won't believe how much they actually sold for. Who knows, that $1 bill in your pocket could be worth a fortune, and you don't want to accidentally spend it and miss out on all that money. Let's go ahead and hop right into this video with this first $1 bill. Now, the cool thing about whenever we see $1 bills like this is that you can see the condition is not that good, and that tells us that this $1 bill was out in circulation. It was in pocket change before someone realized it was actually a rare $1 bill. So it really comes down to the serial number on this $1 bill. This is what we call a radar rotator serial number. So you can read it the same way from the front to the back. And what's cool about this one is that you can actually rotate the serial number and it will still read the same way. So the whole rotating thing is really cool, and collectors really go crazy over $1 bills like this. Another thing it has is the number 8 in general is a very collectible and lucky number in a lot of cultures around the world. And you can see PMG graded it at a choice very fine 35, which again means there's a lot of folds in this bill. If it was in better condition, it would have sold for more money. However, turning a $1 bill into $139 is a nice little payday. This is something that 99.9% of people have no idea about, so pay close attention. This 1977 $1 bill is very rare and very valuable. It sold for $960, and here's why. PMG graded it at a very fine 30, so that means the condition's important, but still, why did it sell for so much money? Well, this is what we call a Natick test print note. So this test paper was printed on a special experimental paper designed to test durability. Not many people know that. Pay close attention because I'm going to show you what to look for to see if you have one. So first of all, you want to be looking for a 1977 $1 bill. The next thing you want to be looking at is the block and how it's identified. So the serial number range needs to be E76000001 through E8064000H. If you have a serial number between that range, you have a Natick test paper note that's worth a lot of money. Once again, this one sold for $960. $1,680 for this 1981 $1 bill. The rarity of this $1 bill all comes down to the star. So as usual, I'll be honest with you. Star notes are very cool, they're very rare, and most of the time they're actually not that valuable. In this instance, this 1981 Dallas $1 bill, star note is very, very rare. So if you don't know what a star or replacement note is, to be very brief, during the printing process, the US BEP will produce star notes, and if there's a mistake or an error or a damaged sheet of bills, what they'll do is they will replace that sheet with a star note. Now, depending on how many star notes go out into circulation will have a heavy influence on the value of these bills. There was only a print run of 640,000 of these replacement notes, which is a really low number. Combine that with the fact that this note got graded by PCGS at a 67 PPQ, which means there are no folds on the bill whatsoever. This star note sold for $1,680. Wow, this is really neat, guys. Something that you really got to pay attention to. So $1,920, this $1 bill from 1963 sold for, and this is what we call a modern mule note. So these $1 Federal Reserve Note mules were created using backplate numbers that were also used on $1 1957B silver certificates. Now, silver certificates were paper money bills that you could take to a bank and exchange an equal value of silver. What a mule note is when they use the back of one type of bill with the front of another type. So they really don't go together. So to find this bill, you want to be looking for the series of 1963. You want to be looking for it being a Federal Reserve Note of New York, which is the large letter B on the left-hand side there. And you want to be looking at the back plate number of 443. If you have all of those things, then you have a very rare mule note from 1963, and this one sold for $1,920. $3,120 for this 1977 $1 bill. Again, this one got graded by PCGS at a 40 PPQ. 40 means that this bill has at least 4 folds on it somewhere. And it also tells us that a bill like this can fly completely under the radar and have nobody know exactly what they're looking for. The higher the grade a bill like this would have gone, the more money it would have brought. But still, 70 being the highest grade, this one has what we call a mismatched serial number error. So look at the serial numbers. They're different. Not every digit is different, but a few of the digits at the start are different. You see 9725 and 8613. So essentially the only digits that are not different on this bill are the last three of 762. All the rest have been changed. That is a big mistake by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and this one sold for $3,120. $7,200 for this 2017 $1 bill. This is what we call a LEPI Press Air. So LEPI just stands for Large Examining Printing Equipment, which is a printing machine capable of accepting both 32 and 50 subject sheets of paper money. First example of this error surfaced just prior to a 2017 ANA and included not only mismatched digits, but also a solid green rectangle had been replaced with one of the digits. Really cool, and don't try to replicate something like this because a company like PMG or PCGS will very quickly be able to identify that the bill was indeed altered. So if you come across a mismatched serial number error like this LEPI Press error, then you are in for a real treat because someone was able to turn a $1 bill into $7,200. Let us know down in the comment section below. Do you have any interesting $1 bills? We'll see you in the next video.